Start with our seated meditation. Let's see, get rid of those.
There's somebody else coming on.
Good. Hi everybody. So take your seated meditation seat, easy seated pose, okay? Bury your sit bones into the mat, please. Neutralize your pelvis. So wriggle around a little bit while you feel where these things are at. And once you've neutralized the pelvis, go ahead and touch the hip points on the pelvis. And, you know, just check in and see if the pelvis is actually in neutral, okay? Because sometimes maybe your sit bones or your hip bones, the hip points, when you might push back a little bit, and then in that case, the back rounds just a little bit here, kind of down in through this area, up and down. And what you really are looking for is a neutral pelvis, so that you get right on top of those sit bones, and then straight spine all the way up, shoulders down your back. And then chin is parallel to the floor, and the top of the head reaches for the sky. So just put your hands comfortably on your knees, maybe, palms up or down, whatever you prefer. I like my palms up. I feel that the universe is always here to help me center, to help me with the big decisions, to help me with the big questions in my own mind. What should I do now? So I wait, I sit in honor of the universe to feed me that information, which it usually does in time. You may or may not get the answer you wanted, but you will get an answer. So while we sit, we take our attention to our breathing. So empty out all your breath. Pretend as though someone is pulling a string at the top of the head. And then on your inhale, I want you to bring it up through. We'll think of a golden thread underneath of us, and we'll bring it up through the tailbone and through the spine. This is our breathway, our pathway for the energy, the pranic energy that comes up behind the head, over the top of the head, and into your third eye. And then hold it there for just a moment. Take your gaze through that third eye, and as you exhale, take it out over the top of the head and exhale it all the way down back into the earth for grounding, okay? So we're gonna sit here for at least 2 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but I want you to focus on following the golden thread up through the spine as you inhale. Take it slowly, very mindfully, up over the top and into your third eye. And as you exhale, exhale it out and watch that thread go up and over the top of the head, down the back of the neck, the spine. Exhale it all the way into the earth and get grounded. So here we are for a couple minutes or more. Take your time. Focus just on the breathing. Breathe as deeply as you can. And as you exhale, exhale completely all the air that's inside. Take it into the earth and feel it growing roots. Inhaling. And exhaling. Slow it way down. Keep your face soft. Try not to grip your jaw. Leave everything outside the room that you don't need and focus on the breath. Come into your heart. As you drop into your meditation, allow yourself to be comfortable there. Try not to anticipate anything. This is where we are right now, and this is where we're going to stay. So just breathe. Soften your face. Maybe put a little smile on your lips. Wherever you are, 2 more. Deep inhales and exhales. One more. Very nice. Bring your hands together at your heart center for just a moment. Touch the thumbs right into the sternum. Take a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, bow your head. Keep your shoulders down your back. Try not to round the shoulders here. Just bow. And as you breathe, I want you to scan your body and see how you're feeling this morning. Maybe set an intention for your practice today. Maybe say an affirmation to yourself. I am truly prosperous. I am not sick and tired of being home in this COVID-19 situation. I am free as a bird. Whatever. Whatever makes you feel good. Okay? Put that in your heart. One more inhale. On your exhale, allow the hands to come back to your lap. Raise your face, open your eyes very gently, coming into the room. We'll put some movement into the body here. Inhale, take the arms up, look up your thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, take it straight out. Up, 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 reach. Wherever you happen to be, even if you're up here, that's okay. Try to keep the spine straight. And maybe you can walk the hands forward while you keep your shoulders down your back. And once you're out, as far as you can manage, then I want you to drop your head, relax your neck, breathe deeply into the belly twice. Feel the stretching through the armpits, through the side body, and the low back. And at the bottom of your exhale, pull the belly in first. Walk the hands back towards the torso. Stack one vertebra on top of the other until the top of the head reaches for the sky. Nice and easy, very slow, no rush. Change the cross of the legs. Inhale and lift. Look up to the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Take it down. Take it down as far as you can, okay? With your sit bones still planted into the earth. And maybe you'll be able to walk the hands out a little bit more. I come up to my fingertips to do this and reach out so I get a nice stretch through the armpits and the shoulders. Let my neck relax, dropping my head. Breathe deeply twice into your belly. And feel the entire torso lift, expand, and contract as you breathe. And at the bottom of an exhale, pull the belly in first. Walk the hands back towards the torso as you stack one vertebra on top of the other until the top of the head reaches for the sky. Bring it all the way up. Nice. Let's take the arms out to the side. I think I'm going to face you for this. Let's take them out to the side. Palms are up. Okay? Now, turn the palms down and engage every muscle throughout your shoulders, from the shoulders out through the biceps, the triceps. Your elbows are engaged. Just hug all those muscles, engage all of them. And then shoot rays of sunlight out your fingertips here. Just breathe. Lift the torso, lift your head. One more, deep inhale. On this exhale, we're going to turn the palms of the hands to face the back wall and bring the hands behind you. This time, we're going to interlace behind. And if it's possible, open up the shoulders, take them back, and maybe lift the arms. If that works for you, try not to arch your back too much and keep your ribs soft. Breathe here into your heart center and get a deep stretch through those shoulders, through the front of the chest. Deep inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. The bottom of your exhale, release the hands. Keep the shoulders behind you as long as you can while the arms come out to the side. And then turn the palms of the hands to face up. And then we're going to take them all the way up, look up to the thumbs. And we're going to exhale them down into our heart center. Now breathe here, a couple of breaths. Just warming up the body. This time we're going to reach out with the left hand and bring the right hand up and over the top of the head. Take a deep inhale, lifting through the top of the head. And then let's just drop that left ear. Am I on the right? No. Right ear towards your shoulder. Keep your shoulders down your back and breathe into this stretch. Feel that lovely stretch right down through the neck, out the shoulder, and out the arm. You can engage the arm. Take one more inhale. And on the exhale, release that hand and turn and look into that elbow. Put the hand over the top of your head. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, bow your head. Put a little bit of torque on your hand here and get your stretch in your neck, the back. Breathe into this. You don't want to round your shoulders here. You just want to feel that lovely stretch at the back of the neck. Another inhale. And at the bottom of the exhale, release the hand as you inhale your head up. And then take this right arm out to the side and bring the left arm over the top. Take a deep inhale, lift. And on the exhale, let's just take that left ear down towards our left shoulder, okay? Feel that stretch along the right side of your neck. Breathe into that stretch. Keep your right arm active. And you'll feel a little bit deeper stretch through that neck. And as you exhale, release the hand to bring the head up. And then put the left hand right over the top of the head. Take a deep inhale here. And on the exhale, let's bow your head. Take your chin down to your chest and your armpit without dropping your shoulders or rounding your shoulders. Keep the shoulders down your back and breathe. Yeah, and again, breathe. Just feel that lovely stretch at the back of the neck. And then inhale and release that and take both arms out to the side. And this time we're going to interlace the fingers behind the neck. Put them around your neck, just underneath the skull. Okay, and then as you inhale and lift, open up those elbows. Bring your heart to the sky. On your exhale, put a little tension around the neck and pick your skull up just a bit as you bring the elbows towards each other and you start to drop your neck down towards your chest. Then breathe into the stretch at the back of the neck. Try to release it down as you exhale. Good. And on your next inhale, lift your head. Release those hands. Take the arms out to the side, right? Engage all the muscles in those arms. Turn the palms to face the back wall. Take them behind your back this time. Put the other pinky finger at the bottom. And then as you take your shoulder blades back, lift the arms maybe. Breathe here for a few moments. Make sure your neck is relaxed, lifted as you breathe. Good, one more, deep inhale. And on the exhale, release the hands, bring the hands back around to the front. We're gonna lengthen, let our legs come out in front and shake them out. And then just up and down the IT band here, okay? Make sure everything's flowing properly as it should. And then as you sit up nice and straight and tall with your legs out in front of you, I want you to flex the feet. Pull the toes towards you as best you can. And then point the toes. Sitting up nice and straight and tall. And then flex the feet. Pull the toes back towards you. And then point the toes. And from here, let's just circle the ankles around so you can separate the legs a little bit so you can get full range of motion, circles in your ankles. You can also take your wrists with you if you want to and just follow those ankles with the wrists, circle them all the way around. And at some point, take it the other direction, around and up, and around and up. Oh yeah, pull the belly in, pull it in. And then as you bring the feet back together and you come high on top of the sit bones, take the arms up by the ears. Take a nice deep inhale, lengthen through the spine, pull the belly in, and then let's come forward for about 3 or 4 inches. Okay, lengthening through the spine. One more time. Deep inhale. Exhale. Allow your torso to come down towards the feet. Okay, but keep the arms up by your ears. One more time. Deep stretch. Inhale. And on the exhale, this time, let the hands come down where they reach. If they go out to your feet, if they go to your ankles or your shins, whatever works for you. I like to put my hands over the tops of my toes. And I put the balls of my feet into the palms of my hand. And then on an inhale, I like to lengthen through the spine a little bit more. Pull the toes back towards me. And on the exhale, I'm going to point the balls of the feet, push into the palms of my hands to reach it out and get a little bit deeper stretch. And then relax here for a few breaths. Notice the hamstrings. Keep your abdomens pulled in. Keep the hips square. Try not to round your back. And breathe deeply. Feel the lengthening of the spine while you're here. 2 more breaths. Maybe if you look up at the feet, you can even watch yourself and feel yourself lengthen out. The top of the head is reaching further towards your feet. Maybe. Okay? This is where you're looking. That's how you work your pose. Just keep lengthening out and see how that feels for you. Give it one more deep inhale. Good. And then as you release the hands, just walk them back and come up with a flat back here. Okay, flat back so the top of the head reaches for the sky as you come up. Now we're going to pick up these knees and take the legs out to the side. Oh boy. Hello. Nice straddle. Oof. Have the toes flexed. Engage all of these muscles. All right. Take the hands behind you for just a moment. Maybe be on your fingertips at first as you take the shoulder blades back and then bend into the elbows. You can go flat to the hands if you want and take the elbows closer together. And then the shoulder blades will scoop your heart up to the sky. Just lift, 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 lift. And let your head just reach out, okay? It doesn't dump back. It reaches out and back. And you breathe here in your heart center. Hold the belly in, protect your back. And keep feeling someone pulling that string at the top of your head, reaching it back. And lengthening out through that neck area. Lengthen through the spine. One more deep inhale. Good. And at the bottom of your exhale, here comes your head first. Bring it up. Get your bearings. Your feet are still flexed. Your legs are activated. Start to walk the hands towards your torso until you're sitting straight up and down. Bring the hands in front of you. And here we go. We're going to walk it out. Oh boy. Now shift your legs however you need to. Let's say we get right about here. Okay, this is a good place to be. Or even if you're here, this is a good place to be. The stretch here is the inner thighs through the groin, out the legs, right? And as you flex forward, you're flexing at the hip. It's a hinge right there at the hip. So you come forward with a flat back. Grow the neck right off your spine. And then if you can, you'll start to walk while you breathe. Walk your hands forward just a bit and then breathe deeply into this. Keep your legs engaged, okay? And see if on your exhales, you can't allow the muscles to open up just a little bit more, okay? That's the work of this pose. So you breathe, and you allow for the torso to maybe go a little closer towards the floor. You do not want to round your back, okay? I don't want to see any rounding of the back. Keep your heart lifted. Pull the belly in, and then keep reaching out through that spine. And on your exhales, maybe you'll go down a little bit more. Who knows? I got down to my elbows. Okay, you may or may not be able to do that. That's okay. Keep breathing. Notice the stretch that you're getting throughout your legs, inner thighs. Just breathe into that. And on each exhale, maybe your torso will relax down just a little more. Maybe not yet, but even if it's a 1/16 of an inch, that's a loosening and opening of the body, okay? So just breathe into that. Two more deep inhales and exhales. Wherever you get to, that's great. Now your toes and your legs are active, right? Point the toes out while you're down, while your torso is as low as it gets. And then flex those toes. Push out the heels. Push them, bring the toes up. Now point the toes and notice all the muscles that are working to be able to do this for you. And then pick your toes up and push through the heels again. And then step into your hands if you're not already on them. Lengthen out through your spine one more time. Just lift and lengthen, and then maybe exhale it down. Ooh, and you might go just a little bit further, maybe not, but give it a go. Try not to crank your neck. Just let your head grow right off your spine. Good. From here, we're going to walk the hands over to the right side. We're going to plant the right hand down. Kind of turn your torso so it's twisted towards that right leg. Reach out with your left hand to your fingertips. Reach it out. And then breathe deeply into this left side body stretch. Breathe into your left lung. Open up the ribs. Take it deeply. One more deep inhale. Good. And then walk the hands back. Stay as low as your torso is. Notice the difference between the right and the left side of your body as you come through center. And then work it over, walk it over towards your left. Plant your left hand in front of your left leg. And then reach out with that right hand to the fingertips here and just breathe into your right lung. And feel those ribs open and close on that right side. Press out through the sit bone on the right side, out through that leg, and keep the legs active and breathe. In through the nose, maybe out through the mouth. Nice and slow and easy. And then as you come down in your exhale, walk it back towards center. Notice how it feels as you come to center. Plant your hands, look up and lengthen. One more time, okay? And then with all that stretching that we did, let's see if we can walk it out just a little bit further. Just give it a go. It may or may not go for you, but that's okay. This is what the stretch is all about. Breathe it, working your stretch. Takes time. There's no easy, quick way to go into a deep stretch like this. You must take your time, be patient, and breathe. One more. Deep inhale and exhale. Good. And as you're ready then, start to walk the hands back towards, pull the belly in first. As we're protecting the low back, pull the belly in nice and tight towards the spine. Walk the hands and bring your spine up straight until the top of the head is reaching the sky. Good. And then hands under the knees, pick them up and bring the soles of the feet together. Oh boy. Hands on your ankles. Rock and roll side to side. Give yourself a little massage through those sit bones and all that stretchy stuff that we just did. Just rock and roll. Try to take the knee all the way to the mat. Take your time, please. Rock. And breathe. Good. And then as we come to neutral, we're going to hold on to these ankles. And we're going to butterfly the knees. And just kind of wiggle them up and down. You have to use the inner thighs among your other things here. And then press the knees down, lengthen through the spine, lift the top of the head, pull the shoulders down your back as you straighten up. Squeeze your hips. Squeeze Muladhara Bandha, which is the pelvic area, Anything that touches the floor, squeeze it. Sphincter, everything there. Squeeze it in. Take one round of breath, squeezing that belly in. So you breathe into the heart center while that's there, and then release. And then butterfly these knees once again. Okay, and then pressing through the knees, press them down towards the mat, straighten through your arms, shoulders down your back, lift the top of the head, and then squeeze your hips, squeeze the glutes, everything that you're sitting on, squeeze the pelvic floor if you can. Squeeze it and lift the top of the head and breathe. And again. And on the end of this exhale, relax your body. Just let all the muscles go. See the difference. Feel the difference there. Now, we're going to inhale and open the heart. Take a nice cat stretch. Lift your heart to the sky, or this is a cow stretch, actually. And then exhale, we'll come back to cat, and that is your shoulders get to round, and you pull back and round through the back, the upper back. It feels really good. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, pull it back, round your back, and let your shoulders get a nice stretch there. Feel it right between your shoulder blades. Inhale, coming forward. Lift. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, and rock it back. Nice. One more thing. We're going to come up. I want you to push the feet out a little bit further away from you. So you have a bigger diamond in this area. The feet are still together. We're just further away. Now I want you to sit up nice and straight and tall. Pull the belly. Shoulders stay down your back. And as you hold on to the shins or the ankles or wherever you happen to be, you're going to come forward with a straight spine once again. My elbows automatically go into my knees. And I'm going to push the knees down. As I lean forward, pull the belly in, keep the shoulders down your back, and let your head maybe reach out over the tops of your feet, maybe. Take a deep inhale here. On the exhale, release your elbows off the knees and grab your toes, interlace the fingers around that, and on your exhale, round your back. Just let your head drop. Let the shoulders drop, round the back. You might still want to try to press the knees towards the floor. It's up to you. However you want to work this pose is up to you, but there's a lot of different ways to work it, okay? So remember to keep the shoulders away from your ears. That's one major deal. But once you've rounded your spine, breathe into the entire torso. And allow it to open and allow it to contract. When you exhale, see if it relaxes down just a little bit. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Nice, all the way down. And then we're going to pull the belly in and walk the hands back. This time with a rounded back, you're walking it up. Let your head hang. Pull the belly, and then as you come up to seated, the top of the head reaches for the sky at the last minute. Very nice, good. Let's come over the tops of these knees into tabletop for just a moment and walk it back from the top of the mat. Inhale, let's look up, arch the back. Now this is a whole different thing, but it's still cat-cow stretch. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, and pick up the back body. And again, inhale, looking up. Take your time, feel every vertebra as it moves and waves. Lift, push the mat so your shoulder blades get a nice stretch. Inhale, lift. Good. On the exhale, pull the back body up into your cat stretch. Now stay here in cat stretch for a moment, pushing the mat with your hands as hard as you can. Pull the belly in nice and tight. Now glide the torso back towards your heels. You don't have to go all the way back, just back enough that you're having trouble holding onto the hands here. And then we're going to neutralize the pelvis. And we're going to lengthen through the spine and pick the head up and plug it into the spine. And then we're going to glide forward back to table. And from here, we're going to continue gliding forward. Just gliding forward. Allow your hips to come down, bending the elbows close to the body, and roll it all the way down to the mat. Then walk your feet closer together. Hands are right by your chest. Elbows are straight up over your wrists, I hope. And then engage the legs, curl the pelvis under, pull the belly in nice and tight. Try to lengthen the low back. And then the head comes up, head, neck. And you're going to scoop it out and up for a small cobra. Breathe here. Engage your muscles, squeeze your hips. On your exhale, bring it down. Forehead comes back to the mat. Okay, and then once your forehead comes down, release the legs, let them relax down. Release the hips, and then wag your tail side to side a little bit. Good. And then as you come back to neutral, engage those legs once again. Curl the pelvis under, pull the belly in, scoop the head up, up, up for small cobra. Breathe here. And again, deep inhale. And on the exhale, this time you're going to release, relax, curl the toes under, and we're going to push back through table or plank and take it to downward facing dog. Just push it up and back. And then we're going to walk out the dog because you're very mindful about it. You'll get to push your left heel down, stretch through the calf of that left leg, and vice versa. Push the right heel down as you bend the left knee. And find the calf of that right leg. Then go to the left, push it. Keep shifting your weight back so your hips are back towards your heels. Walk it out very mindfully. And get a nice deep stretch, and then bring both heels towards the mat as best you can. Now fly the tailbone and lengthen through your spine. Find the best dog that you can in your body. And then inhale a little bit more, look up between the hands, and then step or walk or jump the feet up between the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Now here, heel and toe the feet, hips width. And we're going to come into Uttanasana. Straight legs if you can. If it's too much on the hamstrings, soften your knees. Otherwise, see if you can allow the torso to relax and the spine to lengthen out while your head reaches for the floor, for the mat. Breathe. Shake your head, yes and no. Maybe figure 8 with your elbows. And then, as you come to center, take a deep inhale. Let your neck relax, please. Exhale, the hands come down towards the mat. If they're not at the mat, put them on your shins. And then bend through the knees. Just bend as though you're going to sit down. Relax your head down. We're going to push and roll the body up. Roll it, one vertebra at a time, all the way up to standing. Inhale, bring the shoulders up and back. And again, bring them up and back. Good, now shake them out. Okay, shake the body a little bit. Shake the hips. Wave your hands, wave your arms. Okay, good. And then bounce back and bounce forward. And bounce back and bounce forward. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And inhale up. Right here. Hold it up. Now, find your Tadasana Okay, your feet are a little bit wide, which is fine. Engage the legs for Tadasana. Curl the pelvis under, squeeze the hips. Very strong through your legs, hips, glutes. Lifting through the arms without taking the shoulders up. Leave the shoulders down your back. And then pick your head up. Just pick your head up and look up between the hands if you can. Make a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, see if you can't make a little back bend here. Just take it back. See how far you might make it. Keep your balance, take your time. Looking for the back wall back there. Okay, and then on your inhale, lift. Lift, 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 lift. Get out of your low back. Exhale, hands come down to your heart center. Mm-hmm. Very nice. Inhale, take the arms up. Bring them together this time. Go ahead and keep your forefingers up, thumbs together. Interlace the rest of them. Take it right to either side of your head, the arms. And then lift. Be in Tadasana. Hold the belly, zip it up, and then this time take your head with your arms and see if you can take this back bend. And eventually, maybe as you press your hips forward, keep that tailbone wrapped under, your pelvis wrapped under. You want to try and stay out of that low back. And then on your next inhale, lift. Up, 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 up. Good. And then grab this grab your right wrist, pull the shoulder up by your ear, take it across, over to the side, just a side stretch. Take it as deeply as you care to. Press through that right leg, please. Maybe look underneath this right arm and breathe into your right lung. On your next inhale, bring it up. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Pull the belly in as you do that. And then grab this left wrist, pull that shoulder all the way up, and then take another side stretch. Take it to the right. Maybe looking underneath and up your arm, but underneath that left arm. And breathe. Press through your left foot. Inhale, lift. Good. Now release both arms. Let's take our stance in Tadasana up to the front of the mat. Bring the hands together at your heart center. Let's touch the thumbs right into the sternum. Take a deep inhale. And just bow your head for just a moment. Re-examine, revisit why you came to yoga today. And breathe into that. And we'll go into sun salutations. One more deep inhale. On the exhale, hands come down. Bring them up. Look over the head. Exhale, big swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or lightly jump back to your push-up position, chaturanga, or take it all the way to the mat with your chest down first and your forehead or your chin, and then point your toes. Hands are back by the sides of the chest and come into a small cobra. Or you go into up dog. Boom. Okay, and then on the exhale, pick the hips up and push it back to downward facing dog. Stretch it back, get a nice low back stretch. Step or walk or jump, your feet up. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Woo. Inhale, stand it up. Straight back, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Very nice. And again, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, big swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or lightly jump back to your push-up position, chaturanga, or all the way to the mat. Point the toes, come into small cobra, or push it into up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Push it back. Step or lightly jump your feet up between your hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, standing all the way up. Press the feet. Use your strong abs and back muscles. Exhale. Tadasana. Nice. One more of those. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, big swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step or lightly jump back to your push-up position, chaturanga, or take it all the way to cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push it all the way back and take your right leg straight back and up. Just as high as your hip. Okay, it doesn't have to be any higher than your hip. Or wherever it's most comfortable for you. Keep your hips square for just a moment. You're in three-legged dog, pressing into the arms, pushing into that right and left heel. On the exhale, bend the knee and bring it into the nose. Just bring it in, come forward to plank. Inhale, take that leg back and maybe up a little higher. Exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Squeeze, and then inhale, back and up. Maybe a little higher. Exhale, bring it in. Nice squeeze. Inhale, take it back and up. This time as you come forward, take that right knee to the outside of your right elbow. Just touch it there. And then take it back and up. I know. This time, swing the leg through and find your lunge. Find a nice deep lunge. Turn the back foot flat. The front, you're in your knee. Come on up. Woo. Oh, for warrior one. There we go. Take your time with it, okay? Take your time. Find your own place to be. And be in warrior one. That means pin the right hip back and the left hip forward. Try to keep the hips square here. Square your shoulders to the front of the room. Maybe take a bit of a back bend. And then exhale the arms out and down. Interlace behind you. Open up the shoulders and the arms. Exhale into a humble warrior. Woo! Check in with your balance today. Mine's going a little off, but that's not really unusual. Breathe. Try to keep pinning the right hip back, left hip forward. Ready? Take a deep inhale. Exhale it out. Release the hands. Bring that left hand down by the right foot. And let's lengthen through this front knee. Take the right arm high for revolved triangle. Breathe here. See how that works for you. Just breathe. We've been working on the hamstrings. They should feel pretty good. One more deep inhale. Open it up a little more maybe. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Step back, chaturanga, or take it through cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push it all the way back. Whew. Walk it back. Breathe it out. Take your left leg straight back and up. Let it reach out from the hip. Try to keep your hips square. And keep that up leg just as strong as the low one. Okay? Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, bend the knee, coming forward to plank. Try to touch your nose. Squeeze. Inhale, back and up. Maybe the leg goes a little higher. Exhale, bring it in. nose to the knee. Inhale, back and up. Maybe a little higher. One more time. Bring it in. Exhale. And then inhale it back and up. And this time, we're going to bend that knee and take it to the outside of your left knee. Just touch that, or your left elbow. Touch that elbow, and then take it back and up. Woo-hoo. And then swing it through. And see by finding your lunge. And then turn the back foot flat and press yourself into a warrior one. Stay in that left knee. Everybody with me? Everybody good? I hope. Okay, good. Breathe. Pin the left hip back, right hip forward. Let's open up the arms. Maybe a little back bend once again, maybe. And then interlace with the other pinky at the bottom. And then open up the heart. Exhale, bring it forward for your humble warrior. Pulling that left hip back, right hip forward. Whew. Be here for just a moment. Take the arms up as high as you care to. And from here, we're going to take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to release the hands. And we're going to bring that right hand inside the left foot. And as we straighten through the left leg, the left arm goes high for a revolved triangle. Try to pull that left hip. Keep the hips square. Breathe. Lengthen through your neck. Top of the head is reaching out. Yeah. Open the heart a little bit more. Whew. Exhale. Bend into that left knee. Bring that left hand down. Take it back through. Whew. Chaturanga. Maybe up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push it all the way back. Woo-hoo. Good. Nice. Breathe it and walk it out. Good. Take your right foot forward. Bring your left foot flat and come into warrior two. Just bring it all the way up. I have my back to you. Hopefully it's helpful. Your gaze is over your front arm. Your knee, right knee, is headed towards your pinky toe. Feel that lovely inner thigh stretch that we worked on earlier. Try to tuck the tailbone under. Wrap this hip under. Wrap this hip around. Okay. Keep your gaze. Take another 2 breaths. Maybe go deeper into the knee, just for kicks. Good. Shoulders down your back. Drop your left hand. Bring this right one up. Take a nice peaceful warrior. Good. On the exhale, as you come up, straighten through that right knee. Keep your hips underneath of you for a moment. And we'll go into triangle. So now you can tilt your hips. Reach it out. Reach for the wall in front of you. And then bring your hand down your leg. Just for kicks. I mean, if you're one of those that goes immediately into triangle, feel free to do that. I bring it down to my leg. Then as I open my heart and I keep my shoulders stacked, I work my way down my leg. This is how I work this pose. And I continually try to keep the pelvis curled under so I stay out of this low back area. Lengthen through the spine. Breathe. Be strong through the legs and feet. Breathe into it one more time. Good. On your next inhale, just reach out through that left arm. On the exhale, circle the hand to the back wall. Bend into your right knee. Bring both hands flat to the mat. Either step back to dog or take your vinyasa, whichever you prefer. And we meet back in dog. Breathe it out. Walk it out. Nicely done. Let's step this left foot forward. Find your lunge. Turn your back foot flat. And then open your heart and your hips into warrior two. Okay? Hopefully this left knee is directly over your left ankle. Shoulders down your back. Your gaze is off over the top of your left hand. Breathe here. Take a deep inhale. Maybe go a little deeper into the knee real quick. Yeah, and then drop the back hand. Left arm comes up. We'll take a peaceful warrior here. Take your time and stay in that left knee as best you can. On your inhale, come on up and straighten through that left knee. Oh, thank you. And then reach for the front of the room with straight legs. Bring your left hand down to your leg, wherever it's going to go, for your triangle. It can be up here. It can be here. It can be all the way down. The idea is to lengthen through the spine, pull the belly in, see if you can get the side body long rather than rounded. You're going to stay away from being rounded. You would like to lengthen out. Take the top of the head straight out to the side, straight out to the left there. Take your gaze up to this high arm maybe. And continue breathing and lengthening out through the spine. Work your pose. Be here. Keep both shoulder blades away from your ears. And continually pull the left hip back. Tuck it under. Right hip. Engage that right thigh. And slight inner rotation there. Yeah, feel it. It'll get to a place where it's very comfortable. One more deep inhale. As you inhale, reach out through that top arm. Exhale, circle the hand behind you. And then take your gaze to that front foot. Both hands come down. You step back into the dog or vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Push it back. Stretch it back. Take 3 deep inhales and exhales. And 3. Good. Now step or walk or jump your feet up. Inhale. Come up halfway. Lengthen through the spine. Pull the belly. Exhale, forward fold. Now, you can keep your feet together or heel and toe them out a little bit if you need to. And then bend the knees. And as you do that, start to lift and lengthen through the torso. Arms come up for chair pose. See if I can see you. Yeah. Chair pose. Arms are back by your ears as best you can. Lengthen through that spine. Wherever your feet, however separated or together your feet, wherever they are, your knees are directly over them. Okay? So you can just sit, maybe rock back on your heels a little bit. Engage these thigh muscles, engage the hams. Pull that femur into the hips, bury it in, and keep your arms high. Keep breathing. I know I'm coming. Breathe. One more. Deep inhale, lift, straighten it up. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step or lightly jump back to your push-up position. hold your push-up, just because we like to. Now, get your shoulders, roll them down your back, pull the belly in, be strong through your plank. Top of the head reaches out. Don't let your head drop, it's too heavy. Keep it lifted. And then, if you're gonna modify with me, bring your right knee down underneath your hip. Step into that right hand and turn to the left. Or stack your feet, no modification, and come into your side arm balance. Okay? This foot, the right foot, has the ability to move. Stay right where it is, or maybe it can set back by a few inches. Put it in the most comfortable place for you. Some people even like to turn that toe under, which I don't do very well. So wherever you are, step into that right hand. The left leg will come up for you and lengthen out. Whew. And from here, let's bend that left knee. Take the left arm down to the ankle and see if we can't pick the knee up into a kind of sideways dancer pose. Breathe. Lifting that thigh, and then release it out, straighten it, arm comes high. Let the foot come down, let the hand come down. Step back to plank. Whew. Hold it for just a moment. Shoulders down your back, lengthen through the top of the head. Breathe. Make sure all your knuckles are flat on the mat. And then the left knee comes down. We're going to step into that right or left hand, underneath the shoulder. Turn off to the right. Standing on your right foot. Take the arm high. Okay? Side arm balance, modified. Or stack your feet and take it to wherever your practice goes. If you want to pick that right leg up, feel free to do that. All you can do is try. Just give it a go. One more deep inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bend that right knee. Take the right hand to the ankle and pull that knee up. Up, up, and back. Lift. Breathe. One more deep inhale. And on the exhale, release the leg and the arm. Bring the leg down. Bring the hand down. Let's step back to plank for just a moment. And then we're going to drop the knees very gently. And then keep the feet together. Point the toes and come back into a little cocoon. Just wrap over your thighs and relax for a moment. Breathe. From here, the hands come underneath the shoulders, and we're going to sit up on our heels. Stretch out the ankles and the tops of the feet. Yay! Shoulders go back, elbows go back, top of the head reaches up to the sky. Breathe. Just stretch them out. And then as you come forward, shake it out. And then curl the toes under. Every toe as best you can. And then sit back on the heels again. Whew. This is your toe squat. Stretch the toes, stretch the soles of the feet. Any feet issues, okay? This is a really good stretch for you. Breathe. And again. Now from here, let's just come forward and separate these knees out. Okay, almost as wide as the mat. And take the feet with you. Now we're going to see if we can sit between these feet. Okay, so as you walk back, let your torso come down, let your hips come down, and see if you can sit in the hero pose here. Just give it a go. If you have a block, you might want to be sitting on the block because it's a little bit too much on your knees maybe, or your thighs. Be here for just a moment. Pull the belly. Lift. Ooh. Lift. I like to take my hands back to my feet. Take my shoulders back. It helps me to take the shoulders back. I also like to make fists with my hands. And this is just, like cherries on top, if you care to. And you take these fists and you start at the heel and go, just press into the heel of each foot and let your knuckles glide down through the arch out to the balls of the feet. And it gives them a little massage. It's kind of very nice. And you can do that a couple of times, or 4 times, or 8 times, or whatever makes you feel good. Okay? And then, these are just things that I know that I would like to share with you. You can also take your palms, turn your fingers behind you, and just press down onto the top of your feet and see how that feels. And then walk the hands backwards. Try to keep the knees flat on the mat. Maybe you'll make it down to your elbows, maybe. Now, as you let your head lengthen out, see if you can hold the head straight out from the spine. Pull the belly in. Keep your pelvis curled under a little bit so you're out of your low back as best you can. You should be in the quads. Okay? It's a deep stretch into your quads. And if you want to, also, you can take it all the way down to the mat. This is very difficult for me. I can't quite do it. Some people are so good, they love this. You can take the arms overhead and press your knees down. Woo! But if it's torture, or if it's a little bit much, bring your elbows back underneath of you and come on up. Okay, work your way up to at least a nice flat back. Lengthen through the neck. Wherever you happen to be, breathe in your quads and your knees. And then as you're ready, try not to jerk your way out. Very mindfully walk your way up to your hands and bring yourself back up to seated. Oh my goodness, hero pose, okay? And then from here, just because we're here, let's come on up to the knees. Bring the hands in front. And then I'm going to come out to the floor. You might have a blanket to put across your mat, but I'm going to let my knees slide apart and stay up on top of this, okay? And then this is, we're going into frog, okay? It's kind of a very uncomfortable feeling for me and for most people, I know. But to actually work your frog, you want to try to bring the feet out further away from the knees. So you press them out and away if you can. And you stay on top of this, okay? Don't lean so far over that your hips are coming to the mat. You stay on top. Keep your hips right between your knees, okay? You don't want to push them too far back. You don't want to push them too far forward. See if you can find your happy medium. Maybe you'll come down to your elbows. Maybe. Okay? And breathe into this stretch. It just gives your hips a different angle, different stretch, okay? Breathe into it. Wherever you feel that stretch, breathe it. And when you want a little bit more stretch, you push into the elbows and kick your hips back a little bit. Don't do any of this quickly, okay? Take your time. Very slow movement. Pushing the hips back as it goes into a different part of the groin area and the inner thigh. Breathe into that. When you've had enough, let yourself come forward a little bit more to relieve that stretch for a half a second. And then maybe push it back again and see how that feels. Maybe your knees are sliding out a little bit wider, maybe not. This is frog. Okay, so push the hips back. Breathe into it. And the best way that I know of to come out of this, you can stay here if you're just having a great time. Otherwise, get your elbows underneath your shoulders so that you can scoot forward and then start to work your knees closer together. Maybe one at a time, maybe both at a time, whatever works for you. Bring the knees together, feet go straight back. Walk your way back to your heels. Hands come to the feet. And just roll over like a little cocoon. And just breathe into this settling into your body. Let your head and neck completely relax. Feel your shoulders dropping. Breathe into your belly here. So your belly pushes into your thighs. And stay here as long as your body feels good. As long as it wants to, okay? You can always catch up to the practice. If this is like really heaven to you, then stay here. Otherwise, we're gonna come on up, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're gonna pick the torso up. And this time, we are going to separate the knees just a bit. Feet are still going straight back, and we're gonna stand on the knees, okay? And then, see if you can find Tadasana on your knees, okay? So curl the pelvis under, pull the belly in, and zip it right up through the breastbone here. Shoulders down your back, okay? Toes point straight back. Now, as you lean back, we're kind of headed towards camel, okay? So know that. But I want you to try and just lean back with your toes pointed straight out and touch your right heel with your right hand. Just lean it back far enough to touch and then lean forward. Oh, not bad, huh? And then take this left hand and lean back far enough till you touch that left heel. Woo, where is it? There it is. And then come on forward, right? Now, if that was impossible for you, where's my heel? I don't know. Maybe if you curl the toes under, the heels come up closer to you, and you can reach back and touch a lot easier, and that's fine. Just keep your body and your torso straight up and down as you lean back and touch and come forward. And lean back and touch and come forward. And then when you're ready, you lean back and you take both hands to either heel and then press the pelvis forward. Shoulders come back. Pick the head up, up, up and away. And breathe. Camel pose. And then as you release and you come straight up, stay there however long you want to, then I suggest you point the toes first, bend forward, folding at your hips, Bend forward to give your low back a nice stretch. Just let your torso go to the thighs. Bring the hands back by the feet and drop your chin. Drop your head and relax. Another way to work this pose, as you come up, let your hands help your torso up and come up to the knees, is to take your left arm high and reach back with the right. And as you reach back with the right, open up the heart and maybe take an upper back bend through the shoulders, pressing the hips forward, but keep the back bend high in the back. And then as you come forward and switch arms, you touch that left heel. When you find it, the right arm goes higher and higher and you stretch it up and press through the hips. Exhale, come forward and then take it back again. Right hand goes back, left arm goes high. And again, take the left one down, right one up, woo-hoo. Here you go. Now from here, see if you can also take the left arm up and then maybe both arms will come down and you'll find your heels. Woo! And when you do, push forward on the hips, lift the heart, breathe, and then release one arm, release the other arm. This time, as you come down, put the big toes together, separate the knees as wide as your mat, and find your child's pose. Push back onto the heels, right. And then as you're walking the hands forward, keep pushing into them to make sure your back gets a nice stretch. Push it as into cat stretch. So it's rounding as you walk it out. Try to get the hips right on your heels. Very gently, very mindfully, make your way down. And once you're down, see if you can relax. Come back to your practice. Come back to your Ujjayi breathing. Allow the breath to open up the torso, go into the belly, go into the ribs. Come back to your Ujjayi breathing. Come into you. Nothing else matters but you and how your body feels right now. Get hold of the breath. And breathe. See if you can relax those hips. See if you can relax the pelvis, the glutes, the belly. Relax all that area and the low back. And then breathe into that area. Good. And then as you're ready, you'll start to lift the head and torso up and walk the hands back towards you. And then we're just gonna sit over to the side and we're gonna come down to our backs. Just pull the knees in, woo, nice and tight. Give your low back a nice stretch. Rock and roll side to side here. Maybe circle the knees around if you want. Keep the knees together, but circle them around one direction. And as you pull them in towards your chest, pull them in tight. Maybe that'll do it for you. Maybe just a half circle one direction and then squeeze it in tight on the right side and a half circle the other direction and squeeze it tight on the left side. See how that all works for you. Because you want to get your low back stronger, flexible, comfortable, reliable. Okay, you push the knees away, you pull the knees in tight, and be very gentle. Be very mindful of what you're up to, because you are stretching the spine through the tailbone. And then as you push the knees away, you're letting it just kind of relax. Take your inhale. On your exhale, pull those knees in tight and feel that stretch through the low back. Good. We're going to take a twist. So drop your left leg straight down. And then the right arm goes out to the side. Pick the right knee up. Left hand goes to the outside of that knee. And then you're just going to drag that knee across the body for a lovely twist. Oh yeah. This will help reset your spine. Take your inhale, and then your gaze to the right as you reach out through that right arm. You just kind of hang in your twist. Don't let the right leg go down on the mat. Okay, just let it hang here. And you can move the knee down lower, or you can move the knee up higher and feel different stretchy parts in the right hip and in your spine. Go where it feels the best to you. 2 more deep inhales. Allow the body to breathe itself. Good, and then maybe roll your head over to the left. Push through the right heel. Straighten out that leg towards whatever wall happens to be in front of you. Release your left hand. And then take this right leg straight up until you fall back onto your right hip. And then bring that knee in. Straighten out the leg, pull your left knee in. Pull it in nice and tight. And then the left arm goes out to the side. And the right hand goes to the outside of that left knee. And you just pull the knee across the body once again for twist. Try not to take that left foot or knee down to the mat. Let it hang in midair. And then as you take your gaze to the left, reach out through that left arm. So your shoulder blades are on the mat. And your heart is open. And then breathe the body. Allow it to rock or do whatever it might naturally do. Just allow it to just be. And as you do that, you might pull the knee up a little closer towards your chest and see if you like that stretch. Or you might let the knee go away from your face and see how you like that stretch. Find the best stretch for you. A couple more breaths. Take your time. Let the body breathe. And then on your exhale, let your gaze just roll over to the right. Push through the heel of that left foot. Straighten out the leg. Release this right hand. And then bring that left leg up. Straight to the sky as you fall back onto the left hip. Now this time bring both knees in and give them a squeeze. Now if there's anything else that you would like to do today that we did not do, if you want to do happy baby, feel free to do that because that always feels good. Just separate those knees as wide as they'll go and then pull straight down on the hands. Feel your entire spine on the mat. You can rock in happy baby. That feels good to you. Or anything else that you want to do. If you want to go into a shoulder stand or something, heads, anything, feel free to do it. You'll catch up later. I'm going into Shavasana now. And of course, you can go into Shavasana whenever you're ready. My legs go long and they separate. And then I'm going to make sure that the quads are relaxed, the knees, shins and calves. The feet splay out to the side, no holding or gripping. No gripping through the hips or the glutes or the pelvis or the abs. Relax all this area. The next thing that I like to do, my arms are going to go comfortably out to the side, away from the torso. And I'm going to walk my shoulder blades in and under, just a tiny bit, so that I don't have any pointy bones going into the mat. I want the shoulders to be flat on my back. And it opens up your heart. Keep your chin parallel to your pelvis. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Relax your face. Relax your jaw. Move the jaw around. Exercise. You can do some yoga, facial yoga if you like. Wriggle it around, and then as you close your mouth, don't close the teeth. And then relax. Let your eyeballs relax. Let the skin on your face just melt down the sides. Make sure the shoulders, the neck, the shoulder blades, the heart center, relax. Check in with your body, see if you're holding any muscle. Sometimes we do it and don't even know. Okay, so make sure everything is relaxed. Get to know your body that well. And you can tell if you're gripping or holding. Stay right here with you. And enjoy the peace in your body. Complete relaxation. Keep your mind at ease. No thinking allowed. Begin to bring your attention back to your breathing. Deeper inhales and exhales. Start to wriggle the toes and the fingers. Maybe rock your head side to side. If you want to stay in Shavasana, bring yourself out later. Feel free to do that. I'm on a time restriction. You are not. Then maybe take your arms overhead and stretch the body out long. Just reach it out. Oh, just like you're waking up in the morning. Whew. And then as you bend your knees, you're going to roll over to one side or the other. Use your arm as a pillow for just a moment. Relax the body. Be here however long it feels good to you. Then you will continue rolling until both hands can help you up to an easy seated position. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Nice and slow and easy. Take your time. Find your best easy seat. Breathe. Drop your shoulders. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Touch the thumbs right into the sternum. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, bow your head. Shoulders and neck completely relaxed. Now scan your body and see how you're feeling right now. And thank yourself for being here today. I thank you for being here today. This is one of the nicest, most healthy things that you can do for yourself. Very holistic, mind, body, spirit. Get comfortable with you. You don't have to be Gumby to be able to practice yoga. You just have to be able to be with you comfortably, no matter what you're doing. And breathe. Take a moment with me, please. Send out your love and your thoughts and prayers to the people on this planet that are suffering. Send them your highest vibration for peace and love and compassion. And imagine all the millions of yogis doing the same thing with you. The vibration rises up for healing. Thank you for that. The divine light within me honors the divine light within you. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you very much. Oh, happy Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good weekend.
Let me see who I have here exactly. Besides me, I have Jennifer. Is this Tracy? Hi, Tracy. Glad you're here.
Glad to be here.
How was your class?
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, good. So glad to hear that. That's nice. Good. Come back, okay?
I will.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays we do this, sort of, kind of. Wednesday's a little bit more than Tuesday, but
Okay.
it's nice to have you. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.